Hi, I'm Josh Nakazawa, cellist with the Hawaii Symphony Orchestra and creator of the travel immersive cello teaching series, Zero to Bach in 4 months. Today, we reveal all of the secrets behind vibrato. What vibrato sounds good and why? And how can we master the left hand so that we can tell the hand what to do and not the other way around? Vibrato is an expressive tool that you want to have in your arsenal to pull on the heartstrings of your audience. It can be fast,
With a smile and a song, life is just like a bright sunny day.
it can be slow. Either way, you want full control over which type you use and when. Whether you're a beginner and just diving into vibrato, or you're an advanced player looking for more control, this video is made to help you. If you're an advanced player looking to gain control, likely you have what some people might refer to as wallpaper vibrato. Wallpaper usually has a repeating pattern, and it's the same everywhere, very much like one type of vibrato that occurs at just one speed, in one way, all the time, everywhere you play in the piece. If you're advanced, you might also still have the problem of stopping the vibrato every single time you move to another note. If you were like me and wanted to win an orchestral job, also not annoy a seasoned audience to death, you'll put in the countless hours of work to find the solutions, but have no fear, I'm here to save you time. Just so that you don't have to wait until the end of the video, the secret to having the most natural sounding vibrato is to oscillate within some iteration of the tempo of the piece. Whether you're oscillating in eighth notes, 16th, 32nds, or triplets, when your oscillations are aligned with the rhythm, it just sounds perfect. So if you didn't know why you liked some people's vibrato over others, try listening again and see if that's the reason why, and let me know in the comments. Okay, so let's start from the very beginning. What is vibrato? Vibrato is when your finger is rolled or squished slightly below and above, or flat and sharp, around the center of a chosen pitch. Because you're doing this and you end up playing many of the variations of the pitch around it, it can also help with intonation. One full vibrato, up and down, is called an oscillation. Many seasoned players will often count their oscillations, and depending on the piece, will predetermine how many oscillations will be played on a particular note. So now we know the objective. How do we get there? Pick a note with one of your dominant fingers. Most people like the second or third finger to be the most comfortable to start. So let's start on the note C natural in first position. Try smooth and even transitions from one direction to the other. Think about moving your loose and flexible finger by operating your forearm with the latimus dorsi, or lat muscle, or your boxer wings muscle. We do this because we want to avoid what some people might refer to as wrist vibrato or doorknob vibrato. Forearm vibrato sounds rich and juicy, and wrist vibrato can more often than not, I've heard some people execute it really, really well, but it more often than not sounds very thin and sometimes a little neurotic. If you're a beginner just getting started, finding this motion can be a challenge. Some people like to suggest that you start by sliding your finger up and down, and then slowly honing in on the note. And also, if you haven't built up your callus, some people would prefer to use a cloth or a tissue, just so that you can slide around a little bit easier up and down, just so you can get that feeling of your lat muscle controlling your forearm and your finger just staying loose and squishy over the string, right? So arm vibrato, not doorknob wrist vibrato. I want you to try smooth transitions, equal in distance, going as wide as you can in either direction on every finger in first position. In order to gain full control, we need to start with a metronome and slowly build up the tempo. You might want to just try one note on one finger to master, then apply that mastery to the other fingers. I would recommend starting at metronome marking 60 to the quarter note, and then doing one full oscillation per quarter note. So that's 4 oscillations using one full bow. Of course, this vibrato is too slow and you would never really use this in context, but it is vital to gain control at these speeds in order to gain full control at a usable speed in context. After you get this really smooth without any twitches, you're ready to bump up the tempo. Repeat at tempos 68, 70, 72, 74, and so forth until you can play steadily at tempo 135. At this point, you can lower the metronome down to 65 and start playing oscillations per 8th note with 8 oscillations per bow. If you make it this far, you are already feeling a lot more control and have entered the realm of usable vibrato. Repeat at tempo 65, 70, then 75, 80, all the way up to 135. At this point, having ironed out all of the twitches and inconsistencies, you will have a nice, wide, controlled, usable vibrato that you can speed up, slow down, play wide and narrow. Okay, great. So now you have a fantastic vibrato. But how can we apply this to the music? How can we move from note to note while still maintaining a smooth, consistent vibrato that doesn't start and stop? We accomplish this by practicing vibrato with a scale. Let's pick C major. You want to time your downward oscillation in tempo with the next finger in the ascending scale, and then vice versa with the descending scale. Start by playing at a metronome marking that's comfortable for you to make a smooth transition, say 67 to the 8th notes. It might be easier to focus again on just one transition, say from D to E, and then applying that mastery to the other fingers and the other notes in the scale. After you are able to comfortably play a full scale, try bumping up the tempo to 100 with 4 oscillations per click, slurring 2 notes to a single bow, changing notes directly in the middle of the bow. After you do this, you should have the dexterity to play with an expressive vibrato at any speed and width. If you found this video helpful, I created a detailed PDF with my vibrato exercises and a checklist that will help you keep on point from start to finish. In 0 to Bach in 4 months, you can learn how to play the cello and the prelude of the Bach Cello Suite No. 1 entirely on your own from scratch in just 4 months with daily video exercises. Each day is filmed from a new and iconic location in Hawaii. It not only teaches you how to play in a fun and natural environment, but more importantly, it teaches you the most efficient process in how to learn the cello quickly and accurately so that you can be efficient teaching yourself. If you found this video helpful, please give me a shout out in the comments, and I hope to see you over on 0 to Bach in 4 months.